Hey guys, welcome back to First Class Convo. So guess what? Today I have a very special guest in the studio with me. I know you thinking studio, you ain't in no studio, you in your house. You're right, but today it's my studio. And I have a special guest, like I was saying. I have my best friend all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, here in the studio. I cannot wait to sit down and talk to her and interview her about friendships. We're going to talk about what does the perfect friendship mean to you. Let's talk about it. So guys, here we are with my best friend, Larissa. Larissa, say hi to the people.
Hi.
So I am so excited that she is actually here with me this weekend. My weekend has been jam-packed, but I knew that when she came, it was going to help to refocus me, recenter me, and re-energize me. And that's what friendships are ultimately all about. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to get started with, I want to know, Larissa, what does friendship actually mean to you?
Wow. Friendship means to me just a lot. You know, I think of it as a bond. It's almost like any type of relationship. Anytime you have the ship on there, it just means that it's something that's it's trustworthy and it's bonded together. So I just look at friendship as being the same. If you're in a relationship, you're in a friendship. And I put all my trust and everything that I have into what we have. In any of my friendships, but definitely with you as my best friend. So I just look at it as that way, you know, the ultimate trust and the ultimate bond to just make sure that we're there for one another. We work through everything together. You know, you're just the second person to me. So family, it's still family to me as well.
Absolutely.
You know, so I just bring all that into one and it's combined, and I guess that's where how I look at friendship.
And I would definitely have to say that that is a great definition of what a friendship is. Because once you've been in it for so long, it no longer feels like a friendship. Now it feels like we're family. Like you are my sister. Not born of my parents' loins, but you're my sister that God gave me. And it's totally different than any other friendships. Or I would go as far as to say that my friendships, the ones that I have, are all created different.
Right. Absolutely.
They are not created equal because I honestly feel like there are certain times in my life where you can pour into me and I have nothing to pour into you, and vice versa. I will say that along this journey, that's how it's been. There have been times that you have helped me and you don't even know that you have definitely done that for me. And it's been, I would have to say, you coming into my life has probably been one of the best things that could have ever happened to me.
Oh, I'm not supposed to cry today.
But, you know, this is, you know, first class convo, so anything can happen, right? We might laugh, we might cry. Who knows what might happen?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah, I will definitely say from the moment that we met, I did not think that you were going to be my friend.
Yeah, we'll get into that, guys.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that in a little bit. But yeah, and with that being said, not only is she my friend and my sister, her children, all 5 of her girls, I am their godmother. And you have no idea how privileged I felt at the moment when you asked me. Now, I was the baby's godmother, only the baby. But she was like, I want you to be the godmother of all my children. I'm like, ooh, that's not something to be taken lightly. And let me just put a little note in here for you guys. Being a godparent is more than just buying clothes and buying this and buying that. It's being there for those children spiritually, praying for them, even when they don't even realize that you're praying for them. And what the godparent really is supposed to do is what people don't realize is they're supposed to be able to step up when the mom and dad can no longer be what the child needs at that moment. So don't enter into it lightly, okay? Whatever you do, don't enter into it lightly, okay? So yeah, but yeah, so that's basically our definition of what friendship means to us. So my next question is, where exactly did we meet? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, how could I forget? So we actually met at AmeriCall in Champaign when we were both living in Champaign at the time. I was still kind of new to the city, but I know you had been there for a minute, right? At the job also. Yeah.
I don't even remember. What year was it?
2008, I think. No, 5.
2005?
I'm
Okay.
sorry, yeah, 2005, because I think I had just had Azora, so it was somewhere around that time when
Okay.
I first started there.
Yeah, so I had probably been with the company about 6 years at that point.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So we did meet at AmeriCall. As I said, it's a call center. And the first impression of when we met, oh my God, I gotta tell everybody this because this is so funny, so funny. So, everybody's like, oh, she's so mean and she's so this and she's so that. But I'm like me, I'm just like, I'm here for a job, okay, because you learn people. And then I'm one of those people who, just like now, anywhere we go, I don't go to work to make friends. I just go to work to make money. So, and I'm like, well, I pretty much can get along with anybody. And then somebody who I just get a vibe from, I just don't even try to connect, So that's just how I take people, if I get a vibe or if I don't. So we met one day on a Saturday morning, and I'm never gonna forget this. This was like the first encounter. I met her as the call center manager because she was my manager, but our first encounter of each other was I came to work and I was out of dress code. So we were not supposed to wear capri pants to work, but I figured it's Saturday, so let me try to slip in here with my capri pants on, because ain't nobody watching nobody on a Saturday, right? Boy, was I wrong. So I come in and I sit down, I go to my desk, I get ready to take my calls. So Cindy, of course, out of everybody at work, she comes up to me and she said, are those capri pants you wearing? Almost like Bugle Boys now, but it was different. And with a little more neck. So I'm like, no. And then she was like, oh, well, whatever they are, don't wear them again, because they look like capri pants to me. So I just looked at her and I'm like, okay, this smart mouth. And I'm like, you know what? Let me get to my job and do my job. But over time I was like, she right. I was definitely out of dress code, but so that was definitely our first, I would say, real encounter of us actually even, that wasn't even a conversation. That was just like, oh, okay, did you even say good morning or anything? Didn't even say good morning.
I probably definitely did not say good morning because I was always tired of telling people about the dress code. It was one of those things where it's like, can we get one day out of the week that I don't got to tell somebody you can't wear tennis shoes, you can't wear this, you can't wear that. Yeah. It's like, oh my goodness. And I was like, here this country girl is. She got on these. Now here I am, prejudging people. And she had more degrees than I had even thought about having at the time. So I was like, this country girl in with these capris on. But I want to tell you, I don't know, but very soon after that, I saw something in her. And I was like, you know what? She's more than just a customer service representative. There's so much more in her. And I'm going to try to invest in that. And it was soon after that, I ended up pulling Larissa off of the phone. She became a supervisor. And then shortly after that, she became a senior supervisor. We would go on to work together until we closed that place down. Yep. We won so many awards for being. Wow, we did. We really did. Yeah, we really did for being shift of the month, and we would get invited to the parties that they would have once a year. We won football games, basketball games. We won
baseball. We went on a lot of baseball games. We did. And they with party buses. They got us.
Yes, we used to have a blast.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know that she probably doesn't know this because she's not on social media, but she's going to be following on YouTube now.
I actually am. Yes, I am.
But Megan, who worked at AmeriCard with us, actually recently put out a thing about having a reunion for AmeriCard.
Oh, wow. That's
So,
going to
yeah,
be exciting. We was talking about that years ago, but we never, yeah.
We never actually was able to make it come into play. But I told Megan that I would be willing to help her.
Okay.
So of course, we're going to employ you.
Okay.
And we're going to make it happen.
Well, that would be great. I look forward to that because it's some faces we haven't seen in years since
right?
we both left Champaign. So
I agree.
That would be really exciting to do.
And I'm actually looking forward to it. I used to be the type of person where I was, if I don't see you no more, I'm okay with that. But I think God rearranged my heartstrings, and like now I'm just this lovable person. People really mean a whole lot to me.
Absolutely.
And so I'm really looking forward to if we can pull this thing together and make it happen. I don't know where the money gonna come from, AmeriCard people, but we're gonna try to pull it together and definitely make it happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our first
encounter.
Our first encounter with one another. I was probably not the nicest person back then. And some people think that I'm still mean, but I'm really not. You just got to get to know me.
Yes.
I did learn something from working there, though, and it was before it became AmeriCard, was when it was Business Response. My supervisor told us, he said, you always want to go in firm and then ease up. And I really believe that is the best way to go.
It is, especially being a manager. It takes you really, really far. And I would say this about this lady being my manager. What has happened is, like, since then, I'm a manager now. But I always go back and tell people, like, my best friend was my first manager that really taught me a whole lot in how to become a manager and like different ways and different strategies to get the people to listen and to respect you. And of course, respect goes both ways, but you do have to be firm in the beginning, and then you can ease up, because if you nice in the beginning, no one's ever gonna take you serious. They're gonna run all over you and everything. So once you get to know a person, that's why I say you can never judge a book by its cover. Exactly. Because once you get to know a person and you know their heart and you know how they feel about you, wow. Yeah. Like, it's amazing. It really is. To this day, we still best friends. Like, it's just amazing. And like I said, I never went to work to think that I was going to make a best friend. Because, to be honest, I'm not even friendly. But, but I've learned also, how to open up and how to be a certain way when you do meet certain people.
Absolutely.
So I am very happy and very, very, I can't even explain how much this friendship means to me. This lady has just been my inspiration for everything. I know this podcast probably going to be a little longer than any of her others, but
that's okay. That's what it's all about.
Just being a woman. Like, it was just different things that I didn't do. First person that took me, to be honest, you get your nails done for prom and you get other little stuff done, but going to the nail shop, like, she came to me one day and she was like, you don't get your nails done? And I'm like, no, not that I don't have the money, it's just like I just never thought of that. My first concern was always my kids. If anybody know me, they know them kids came first, like, no matter what. So so I was like, me, I don't worry about me, I worry about my kids. But she was like, this is what you do. Even for yourself, you always got to make time. I don't care what your check is, you use some money and put it to the side. And even if it's just your nails, you get that done. You do that every 2 weeks just to say you work hard for your money.
That's right.
And you should take that and you should be able to splurge on yourself, even if that's just what it is. Even if it's just your nails, it's something that you're doing for yourself. So I took that into consideration and I started going with her to the nail shop. And 13, 14 years later, here we are. I mean, I still go get my nails done to this day, but it's just those are the tokens that you take that I learned from her of how to be more of a woman and how to, look out for myself some too, because I'm important also. Yeah. And I've just taken it, and it has taken me far, very, very far. And I told her, should have been a counselor, been psychiatrist or something, because the
bachelor's degree is still in the works.
It is.
I need to complete it.
We are definitely working on that.
Yeah.
So she is great when it comes to anything like that. I call up for anything or everything that I know she can help me with. And that's almost like every aspect for me, you know,
Yeah.
because you have the friends like we talked about that, you know, okay, well, let me call this person for this because I know they
Yes.
good at this. But I can't call them for that. No, I can call her for everything, you know, and spiritual advisor, like whatever I need, if I call in and say I need you to pray for me, I may just text her and say, hey, I need you to pray for me today. Or I'm going through this, you know, pray for me. And I know she automatically on it. I'm sure she probably pray for me every day, but it's just the fact that if I tell her that I need something from her, I need her to do something for me, like she's on top of it. So
And vice versa.
you can't find a better person than that. So
And vice versa. Because
yeah.
there's been times when I needed, and I'm not just talking about, because I'm just going to be, you know, I've always told you guys, one thing about me, I will always be transparent. If I needed anything financially, my best friend had my back. Would always look out for me whenever I needed anything, and not just financially, just, you know, and prayer for me. She prayed for me too, just like I pray for her. Conversation, if I need to vent, she's not talking while I'm trying to vent. She's actually listening, and not just listening to respond, but listening to hear what my heart is and what my heart posture is. Absolutely. And let me know, you know, since it won't always be like that. And so that's one thing I can definitely say that I'm grateful for when it comes to our friendship.
Absolutely. Same here. All right. So since we're talking about friendship, and I know this is your show, but I just want to ask you a question because sometimes I do think about this. So I think it was maybe 2010, I want to say. Yeah. So probably back in 2010.
June 2010.
When you moved to Texas, did you think that it would have an impact on our friendship?
You know, I honestly kind of thought that it did, because you know that sometimes separation pulls you apart. And I honestly felt like it would. Now, I know that when I first moved, I didn't think that it would, because I had your daughter with me. So
I had to come and get my baby.
Right? So yeah, that was when I first moved here. I brought her daughter with me, and I think she stayed here with me from June to August.
Yeah,
I want to say.
I came and got in August,
and she was such a big help. Shout out to you.
Shout out Tata, we love you.
But yeah, she was a great big help to me when we first moved here. She helped me redecorate. She helped us unpack. That I can go on and on. But yeah, Larissa, I definitely thought that it would, because I didn't think, especially back then, because I wasn't working. I wasn't working for a very long time. So I didn't know what my finances were going to look like. So I didn't know, you know, but I honestly feel like it drew us closer.
Absolutely.
Because now it gives us somewhere to travel to.
Absolutely.
And I absolutely love that. We keep on saying that we're gonna go somewhere, we're gonna meet each other somewhere. It never works that way. Either I go to her or she go to me. We never meet anywhere.
Yeah, because we be like, just forget it, I'll be there.
Exactly. So, but
Right.
yeah, it's I definitely didn't feel like. Here we are, 12 years later, and you're here in Texas with me right now. And I will honestly say, we probably see each other no less, and y'all probably think I'm kidding, no less than 4 times a year.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it might be skip a month, and then we're back together.
Yeah, we just pop up,
Yeah,
like, hey,
so,
I'm coming to see you.
Like one weekend last year in September, I said, can you give me a hotel room? Because she worked for the Hilton. But don't y'all be asking me to get no rooms.
Please don't.
We ain't get no rooms for y'all, okay? But yeah, so you know, I said, can you give me a room? I'm really going through something right now, and I really was.
You were.
And I'm gonna talk to y'all about. We're gonna have story time, and I'm gonna tell y'all about what happened to me in September last year.
Yeah.
But it worked out for my good. Okay, back to what I was saying. Yeah, our friendship, the distance was meant to tear us apart. But it didn't.
Right.
I really think it ended up working out for our good. We were close when we were in Champaign, but I don't know. I actually feel like we've matured to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And we're even closer now. Oh, and I want to go back to something, because I forgot to say this earlier. When we were talking about the whole nails, she was talking about how I tell people to get their nails done. Everybody calls me the nail police. Because
True.
I think that if you work, you need to have some self-care, and you need to take time out for yourself and take care of yourself. Okay?
Right.
Okay. I'm done with that part. Let's come back to this. So what do you think? Like, how did you feel about our friendship? Did you think that the distance was gonna pull us apart?
To be honest, I actually did. And I say that because I was like, I don't think it was so much that I felt it was gonna pull us apart. I just felt like a part of me was leaving. And
wow.
I'm like, wow, like how do I do this without you being here? Because not only was you my rock to me, but like my kids too. You would help me do this and help me do that for them. So I'm like, just a part of me is leaving. And I'm like, I just didn't want to lose that, or I didn't know what to do when you did leave. So I was like, we ain't gonna be friends no more. I'm like, she gonna get there. She gonna find some other friends. And
I was just about to ask you.
like, she probably gonna forget about me or whatever. But no, I mean, what we both thought was gonna happen, it never went that way. And I knew that this lady loved me with everything because I got sick in 2011. And I remember, like, you made it your best, your way. You didn't care what it was. I don't even know if you had a job in 2011, but when I was hospitalized, I remember you came back and
I was like, and the crazy part is we need tissue. We need tissue for
we never
first
got
class
to. I'll be back.
So just to pick back up where we were. She ended up getting sick, and I stopped everything I was doing, and I flew back to Champaign to see about my best friend, because ultimately that's what it's all about. And she did the same thing for me when I was going through what I went through in September. She did the same exact thing. She stopped what she was doing, and she came to see about me. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. I felt like that when we both moved, that we were both going to end up finding new friendships that will replace what we had.
Yeah.
But to God be the glory, it never happened.
Absolutely.
Like I said previously, there's different people you need for different seasons and different things that you're going through. But when you can find a person that's good in every area, that's well-rounded in everything, those friendships are genuine and they don't go anywhere. And so that's what this friendship has been. I felt like I was going to be replaced, but I there's no replacing me.
That's what I say.
There's no replacing her, because it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So that's how I felt about it. And I honestly feel like it ended up working out for our good. I really do. Yeah. Because where we were was so small.
Mm-hmm.
And not only was it small, and please don't get offended if you're from Champaign.
Please don't.
And you listening to this. At the time, the people were small-minded.
Mm-hmm.
And we, the people, we were on a path of destruction to pretty much tear apart friendships and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So I think us relocating, it had to happen.
It had to. Absolutely.
It definitely had to happen.
Yeah.
You got a little stuff on your face.
Oh, give me sis.
And I can't get it right because of these nails that I said we gotta have. But
that's true.
It ended up working out for our good, and like I said, it definitely gives us places to travel to see one another when we feel like we need a break or an escape.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that is a really, really good thing.
And I think mainly too, it was our time, especially when the job closed, and because we both was like, well, what we gonna do, and it's either do you start over, try to build, or do you just move on? Because I think that was our release. I think that was just God's way of saying, okay, this is y'all out. Like if y'all want to go, you need to go. You need to move on it before you try to build something else. Because if you get another job, you're gonna stay. Because you're working. So now it's like, well, I'm making a little bit of more money. So
ain't no sense in me going anywhere.
Ain't no sense in me going nowhere. So I think that was just both of our way of God saying, okay, y'all need to move on and you're going to do better. And I always tell her, we both talk about that all the time. Since we moved, we both have been doing better.
Much better.
So no disrespect to Champagne, because we
Right.
met there. So we
Exactly.
love Champagne, because that's
Exactly.
where we met it. Is Champagne will always be good to us.
Absolutely.
But once we got out of Champagne, I can just see how we both prospered from moving out of there.
I
So,
agree 100%.
yeah,
For
so
sure.
absolutely. But shout out to Champagne, for real.
Because had it not been for Champagne, we wouldn't be friends today.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I think we have to be, there are certain places that we need to be at certain times to gain the friendships or whatever it is that we're supposed to learn in that moment. So, you know, our paths had to cross in Champagne for us to be where we are today. And I'm grateful for Champagne because, to be honest, of course, everybody that knows me, they know, you know, that I'm from Kankakee, that nobody can really say the word Kankakee. But how do you say it, Larissa?
I say Kankakee, or what's the one, K3, as y'all say?
Yeah.
K3. Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, when you move from place to place and you grow and you learn. But one thing that you should never ever take for granted is a genuine friendship.
Absolutely.
We've seen things happen, you know, as it relates to the loss of life over these last few years because of this deadly virus that's been passing through. So we do want to just take the time and acknowledge how important friendships are. I used to think I don't need nobody. That was a lie. And a scheme that I come against now. But it's you need people to do life with.
You do.
Because every time somebody blessing you, that blessing normally comes through a person. And if those people aren't there to do life with, how can you be blessed? I can't stand, and I don't want to. I'm gonna come off the soapbox after this, but yeah, there's some people out there that say I don't like people. How do you not like people? Like I just don't get it. Now some people, everybody can't be your best friend, but you can't hate everybody either.
True. That is very true.
So yeah, I'm stepping down off of that soapbox. But yeah, sis, did you have anything else that you wanted to share or anything else?
No, but I do want to say, you know, I like this. I like the fact that you are getting into this, so I support you. I am not on social media, but I would definitely support my best friend and anything that she does. I will definitely always support you with whatever you want to do. So.
Wow, that really touches me because there are times when previously when I would actually get on here and make my videos, and I might only have 2 or 3 views. But when you have people behind you that are backing you and that are supporting you, that means so very much. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for allowing me to introduce you to my sister. Who knows, you may see a vlog from her soon.
Maybe, because I like
You never know.
You never know.
So keep your eyes peeled for Larissa. All right? Guys, thank you so much again for joining me with First Class Convo. I'll talk to you guys real soon.